I just did like 3 backflips. I'm so excited, bro. Let's go! Hi, how's it going? About a week and a half ago was the PlayStation State of Play. And I for one thought it was a pretty good show. There's a couple of things in there I'm really looking forward to. Oh my god, he's dead. Also, the best announcement of the year. That possibly influenced my opinion a little bit. And what was so funny to me when I was watching this announcement at first was I was like thinking to myself, those could be Lumines blocks. And then I saw this is the exact frame it clicked for me. I saw the block make the other block, and it was a wrap. I was elated. I was so thrown away by this, I just stopped watching the mainstream. I just went back to find the trailer, got myself to a computer because I was watching it on my phone at first, and actually got to watch it in proper resolution because my phone compressed the out of that video. And man.
That's what I'm talking about. This means something to me, man.
Lumines is my favorite puzzle franchise, hands down. Don't get me wrong, Puyo Puyo and Tetris, classics. But I like this.
Because if this had ears,
it gets me in a trance. Like I forget to blink. Whether it be the PSP games, all the way to remastered. They are all just great ways to burn through an hour of your time. These great games are mostly attributed to this fine man right here, Tetsuya Misaguchi. I got that name from the IGN interview, he speaks pretty good English. Now, I don't use this word lightly, but this guy is legendary, straight up. Was a producer for Sega Rally Championship and helped create Space Channel 5. After departing from Sega, he would go on to form Q Entertainment. I promise I didn't plagiarize that, where he would make Lumines, Res, and Every Extend. Now, normally this would be a guy's peak. Nah, not this man, because he would later go on to leave Q and form Enhance Incorporated. You most likely know Enhance for Tetris Effect and Tetris Effect Connected. Absolute bangers of puzzle and visual creativity. Now after that, they would drop Lumines Remastered, and if I'm being for real, I thought it was a wrap at that point. Lumines Remastered is a fantastic game, don't get me wrong. But comparing Tetris Effect to it, you kind of feel as if like it's a bit antiquated. The vibes I personally felt at this point in time was, you know, Lumines, that was in the past. I'm working to go make some new stuff. And hell, you could still see Lumines DNA in Tetris Effect. And you know, it'll live on spiritually. And I reached acceptance with that. Now, I'm gonna try not to sound like a complete advertisement, but there is a clear philosophy with Enhance that I just adore. They really specialize at trying to blend the senses together. They really feel like proper experiences. And just to put it simply, I really like the style. A couple of years ago, they made an April Fool's joke about them spinning off into making drinks, and I legit was thinking about buying those cans. Now, is there a problem with me if I'm willing to drop 40 bucks on these 4 cans? Yeah, probably. Humanity was released in 2023, and I am still making my way through it, but it's an underrated gem for sure. And even in the small bit I played, I could see some stuff possibly puncturing its way into this new game here, which we can finally start talking about. Oh my god, it's being directed by the same guy who directed Tetris Effect. We are so back! This, in my opinion, is best case scenario. I would have probably committed a violent act for a Lumines 2 remaster, but I can only imagine the amount of legal paperwork that would require. I don't think the license for Pump It comes cheap these days. So yeah, I'll settle with the abstract stuff, thank you very much. The other guy featured in the State of Play video was Takashi Ishihara. Sorry if I got the syllables wrong there, I cannot find pronunciation slow enough that my American brain could understand. Sad times. Irregardless though, this is the same person who directed Tetris Effect, and if that also wasn't good enough for you, also ended up working on Electronic Symphony. With the amount of stuff they were able to cram into Tetris Effect, I think this bodes well for Lumines, and I can't wait to see what they cook up here. The music in the trailer is an original piece made for the game. It's up on Bandcamp right now. I was worried initially. If you listen to the Bandcamp release, it just blasts you going in with what I thought was a crescendo. But it turns out that's just the tone of the song. Now, I can rock with a hype opening. Supernova's great for that. But I'm glad they dialed it back both for the trailer and also for this skin. But just looking at the picture that's on my monitor right now, oh my god, this looks beautiful. There's so much going on. And my boy, the big arrow, oh my god. Oh, Heavenly Father, I wanted to come in personally and thank you today for allowing us to put a swatch and stretch animation on the big arrow. This move is single-handedly going to feed generations. Let's get back to breaking down this trailer. It looks like we have moved our avatars to the right side of the screen instead of the left, and it's now this 3D glass guy. I'm mixed on this, but I'm more leaning towards being positive. The characters or avatars, whatever you want to call them, are freaking amazing. The way they emote whenever you do a combo goes such a long way. And from what I've seen so far, it does not look like these guys are going to be doing anything of that sort. It might be a compromise just from how much crazy stuff might be happening with the board itself that they made a decision to kind of reduce it down. But here's the curious thing. In the trailer as well as a couple screenshots, There's an avatar counter on the scoreboard. We don't know how that ticks up just yet. So who knows, they might play a bigger role that we just don't know yet. One thing I am excited for is how much customization we can get with these guys though. If I'm reading this right, we might be able to customize 3 different things about the avatars. Their face, their head shape, and also whatever's inside them. We also have a couple of classic faces. Yeah, that's light work. I can clock this dude from a mile away easy. We'll see what happens with that, but something to keep in mind for sure. Also, since we're talking about the scoreboard, looks like we're done with levels. Instead, we have a pretty clear threshold counter, which I like. I didn't find any reason for there to be 4 levels per a single skin. It was just kind of weird. Having a clear way to say, hey, this is how far you're into a skin, I think is a good decision. Taking a page from the Tetris Effect book, and also Electron Symphony, but I haven't played that one yet, we have a new burst mechanic. Having a way to essentially pause the timeline is crazy. I can't wait to see all the tricks you can do with this. It's gonna be great. Heck yeah, dude. I can't really tell what's at top of the board here in a couple screenshots and in the video. I think it's related to burst somehow, but I can't put my finger on it exactly. $15 I can make a skin out of that. Bet. This is crazy. The hands have strings at their fingertips and the strings lead to the block you're dropping. Oh my goodness gracious. And listen to how it sounds when you get that max burst. It sounds like a saw ripping off and grinding into a piece of metal. Look at this. These vibing chameleons. They're chameleons. I didn't confuse this for an iguana. What are you talking about? But I want to highlight how these guys are actually in the foreground here. When they stick out their tongues, it covers the board. There's also this other screenshot of a moon level with the searchlight going in front of the board as well. We'll see how this plays out, but they've never attempted anything like this beforehand, so I'm excited to see how it goes. There's also a bunch of other little attention to detail things that I find incredible as well. In this Neo Tokyo looking level, the cat here is on top of the big block. What? You got some squirrels sprinkled about here. This stick figure is hung onto the side of this big pillar. Yeah, we won. This is great. There are still a lot of questions I have about this. I'm interested to see if we're going to get versus CPU mode here. That's a mode I really enjoy. Like, where else can I start cursing out a guitar? Like, you can't beat that. But with the new avatars, I find it hard to imagine them in the same form. I hope my boy Starman makes an appearance, but I ain't counting on it. VR mode is special. I really hope that turns out well. Now, actually playing it, that's a little bit more tough. It says you need a 4070 for that. 3050 mobile, take it or leave it. But yeah, I am so excited at the potential of a new Lumines game. I'll try and keep my expectations in check, but there's so much potential here for DLC, new game modes, and new stuff I'm not creative enough to come up with. It's gonna be good, and I'm thrilled. Only problem though, I don't fuck with this logo. It isn't that bad, but come on. Also, for some reason, if you watch this whole thing and haven't played one of these games, just buy the damn thing. It's $15, goes on sale for like $5 sometimes. You just get it. Why are you in my house?